Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do beer reviews and stuff and things, and I am in my air-conditioned, noisy, halfway, kinda, not even sort of, home office-y, she-sheddy thing, and I'm doing drywall, as you can see, pretty badly. We want to do a beer review of this beer. Tussle, son! One of my favorite names of beer that I've had in quite some time. The word tussle. Tussle? Tussle? It's up there with poopy. What's some of my other favorite words? I'm blanking. But tussle is up there. Very, very much up there. This is from Fox Farm Brewing. Comes courtesy of my boy Corey. He set this sucker up. As you can see, it is a pale ale, an American pale ale from Fox Farm. From the soils come the spoils, and we have a canned on date of 5/25. If you can see that, this is the 11th of June. 2 weeks, 2 and 2, Chuck Woolery style, and we're gonna review it. We got a glass. We got a loud air conditioner. I am drywalling while watching Star Trek: The Next Generation because that's how I roll. Fox Farm. What do you want to say? If you watch my reviews, if you've been to Fox Farm, you know. So if this is going to be poopy, see, it comes back. I'll be surprised. So 5.5% can. Always dig on their can art, but that name and combined with those two Rams having a tussle, son. Good God. Anyway, yeah. That actually looks like double IPA level, like kind of like density and darkness. So I don't think Fox Farm really messes around too much with like brewer sugar to get their beers to where they need to be. I actually think they do a lot of grain-based stuff. That's why their IPAs tend to be a little bit kind of darker. So it's a little bit darker. Kind of looks like a old school, new school kind of East Coast New England style hazy is basically how it looks. But it looks denser, looks thicker, nice head on it. Let's give it a whirl. Give it a nose. Yeah, I mean, that actually has kind of like old school vibes to it in the sense that it's not afraid of being bittering. It has a nice sweetness to it. It comes off a little bit kind of crystal malty, but nothing overly sweet, nothing too candied. But it has like a malt base to it, and in a way that kind of hops comes off fruity. Across the spectrum, a lot of stone fruit in there, but there is a nice kind of green bittering to it too. So it's not afraid of that bittering side of hop. And it just really does come off as a bigger beer. It doesn't come off as 5.5% at all. It definitely comes into the mid to high 6s, if not 7s. So, yeah, it almost smells like old school New England. Your fiddleheads, your sips, your headies of the world. Just gonna dive in. Cheers, y'all. It's kind of exactly how it drinks. Once you actually taste it, it does come down to earth just a little bit as far as the expectations of it being big. It drinks bigger than 5 and change. But it's not eating towards that 7 I was talking about. It's probably, 6 and change. The malt base is probably the coolest part of this beer, in that it does have this nice sweetness without being overly candied. It has this kind of graininess to it without being too, I don't want to say too malty, because that's kind of like a weird kind of road to go down, but you can tell it's not this kind of new school, let's drop out all bitter, let's drop out all grain profile and just come up with hops. It's not that. It gives you a nice sturdy grain base, stopping sort of like a cereal, like a base. When I say cereal, I don't mean like Captain Crunch. I'm talking about like Wheaties or Cheerios kind of graininess. It stops short of being something like that, but you definitely know there's a nice grain base to it. And then once you kind of flip the script, ooh, a cat. It's a pretty cat too. It's a barn cat. It's not our cat. Anyway, and then when you kind of combine with those hops, it has this kind of little icky, sticky, kind of danky weediness, both kind of pulling weed, smoking weed kind of greenness on top of that undersweetened kind of stone fruitiness. I think it's quite fantastic, especially for 5.5. I thought maybe it was 5.4. I thought I was lying, y'all. I like it. I dig it. I think it's fantastic. Is it my favorite Fox Farm beer I've ever had? No. It's not even close to the worst. I think I might have had one bad beer from them over the course of, I think I'm up to like almost 50 reviews of Fox Farm. It's delicious. It's fantastic. It's a nice change of pace of what you get from a lot of these kind of new school kind of pale ales, but it's still kind of very much modern. It's not old school to a T. It brings a lot of that to the table. A lot of that old school DNA, but brings a bit of that new school with it. It's delicious, and it's got one of the best names ever, Tussle. So yeah, is it one of the better, low ABV, sub 6% hazies that I've had as of late? Yes, it's Mount Rushmore status. It is. Is it better than some of the like KFO, whatever the hell you want to call it? It's delicious. That's all I know. I just saw a text come up, so I got distracted. And just let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about Fox Farm. What's your dealio? Have you had a bunch of their beers? Have you been to the brewery? Have you had this particular beer in general? This specific batch? What did you think of it? Let's do all that down there. So there we go. Reviewing the Bucks. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Thanks again, Corey. Cheers, y'all.